Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. The message I heard is he's alive, yeah. And then after I heard this, while I saw in a vision someone approaching a man laying on the ground, I felt as if someone was pinching my arm and pulling me awake, okay? The scripture comes from Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could they are corrupt, could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. So here's the message. God said that there's some that live their life in a way where they just really just trying to get by. They just try to do what God asked them to do. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to do what God asked them to do. And then there are people that literally just do whatever they feel like doing. And they could care less if God is pleased with their actions or not. God said he know the difference between the two. And it's not going to be a situation where somebody is just going to be able to just do whatever they want to do, and God ain't going to do nothing about it. And it may be a situation where this person, like what I'm thinking about is how I'm thinking about that movie, where the heart is, where the home is, something like that. And how the dad, like the guy that she was dating when she was pregnant, how he just dipped off. And it's like from the perspective of every person he met from the moment that he left her there pregnant at that Walmart, they had no idea that he was the douchebag that left his pregnant girlfriend at Walmart with $20, one shoe, a camera that he threw out on the ground, not even knowing if she would pick it up or not, and no clothes. Mind you, nobody knew that. But regardless if anybody knew that or not, it could even be a situation where she was around those people and she told them, hey, he did this, that, and the third. And he came back and said, well, I did that because of this, and then I did that because of that. When in reality, let's be real, there is no excuse as to why you left your pregnant, you know what I'm saying, your pregnant girlfriend behind, unless it was a domestic violence type situation, you know what I'm saying, withholding you against your will type situation. But if it's a situation where you, like, you know what I'm saying, what they had going on, where he said, okay, we finna move in together. Come on, you coming with me. Bring the, you know, you and the baby, y'all coming with me. We going here. And they on the road, traveling to where they going, and she got to use the restroom. And he just decide that she taking too long in the restroom and pull off. You know what I'm saying? That's like the guy that, it's like I just feel like this is giving like somebody, it was all good before the pregnancy happened, but once the pregnancy happened and you started getting sick, your body started changing, then your mood started changing, they possibly started changing, this person might have started getting mood swings and getting sick and this, that, and the third. Everything changed to such an extent. And it's like, even though, you know what I'm saying, in this movie, he said, you know, from the perspective of somebody that, like I said, was working with him, like the lady that was his manager or his cellmate, even the girl he picked up not too long after he left his pregnant girlfriend at Walmart. Like, all of these people, It's kind of a situation where he met all of these people on his journey. None of these people knew nothing about what this man did. None of these people knew what he did. They didn't know, what kind of grime he was on. Yet and still, what was meant to happen, happened. Because what goes around comes around. 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 And what happened? He left her at that Walmart, saw a young girl walking down the road, and stopped to pick that young girl up and sit her in the exact same seat where his baby mama was sitting. And not too long down the road, ended up getting stopped by the cops and taken to jail. Now, nobody in that scenario knew nothing that he did. Nobody. She didn't call nobody and tell them to do that to him. She didn't make anybody aware. None of these people even knew her because she was from a different town. But what he caused to happen happened. Because just because you can go around telling people your side, what you feel like is your side of the story, and you just assume that, you know what I'm saying, and they take it up, they believe what you say, just because you got a bunch of friends in high places that can try to sway the thoughts and the minds of people and make people believe that you right, and it can't be a situation that nobody else is right and it's your way. You know what I'm saying? Just because you make yourself look, this man made himself look a certain way. He got out of jail, dusted himself off, finally got to California, finally made a record, finally got it on the radio. It was to such an extent that his little girl was singing the lyrics to his song, and she didn't even know that was her daddy. Her mama came in and cut it off and said his voice gives her the chills. It gives her the icks. She ain't even realize who he was. She didn't even care to tell her daughter who he was. And that's a judgment in its own. Imagine being in a world where you have children that don't even know you. You could, be gone and your child don't even know they got your genetics. They don't even know what you look like. They don't know what your favorite color is. They don't know nothing about their background. They have no idea their aunts, their uncles. They have no idea of their siblings. They have no idea, of their roots. And it's sad because it's not only a pity on that parent, but also a pity on that child. But some people don't think that way. They just think about themselves and what they want to do. And what they want to do is be with somebody that's not held down by pregnancy and children. They want to be with somebody that can party all night. They want to be with somebody that can, be sleazy all night. They want to be with somebody that don't have to think about and consider their child or their children. But, in reality, what can you do? Even in this movie, that's exactly like he literally went from the pregnant young girl. She wasn't even 18, 19 and pregnant already. Just got out of high school, leaving the foster home straight to his car. And really got to Walmart and had no idea where she was going because she ain't even have nobody to call. Fresh and pregnant. And drop her off and leave her at Walmart abandoned. Because in his mind, mission accomplished. She pregnant already. I don't have no need for her no more. I don't have no concerns for her no more. I'm going to leave her right here. And look at this one right here. She younger than her. She ain't pregnant. And she look good. Let me go over here and attack and, accomplish this mission. Let me climb this mountain over here. Let's be real. That's what it is. Let me climb this mountain over yonder. I'm moving on. I'm done with that. This will be somebody that'll go around saying they ain't got no kids or they only got 1 or 2 kids. They only got a few kids. But in reality, they got 20 kids, 30 kids. They just don't know because they dip out so fast. They got a chain of broken hearts and a chain of kids that don't know their daddy or any of their siblings. Don't know their cousins. Don't know aunts and uncles. Don't know grandpa, nothing. Don't even know what they, you know what I'm saying? All they know is what mama can tell them. And all mama can tell them is what daddy said. And if daddy was telling nothing but lies, it's tough. What's the point of even saying anything? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like depending on how the relationship went, if it's a situation where this man was lying throughout the whole relationship, I don't even see. I just feel like it's that kind of vibe. Like this is for somebody. Like you feel like what is the point of you even when the child is born? What is the point of you even telling that child their father's name? What's the point of even showing them a picture? What is the point of even telling them anything about their heritage, what this person was like, what they like to do, this, that, and the third? None of this matters because in reality, they're not there. They would rather be somewhere else. And then the sad thing is, God says what they would rather be doing is pointless, meaningless nonsense. And, this is something that I pray that whoever this message is for, that this person is in their 20s, is what I pray. Because this is pathetic. That's what God said. It's pathetic. Anybody older than that, out of line and out of order. Should no grown man in his 30s, 40s, 50s be out here hitting it, getting people pregnant, and taking off after they find out a baby is on the way. That's a coward move right there. And that's a coward move. And move on to start to go to somebody. God said this person and went to somebody else talking about they want to start a family with them. Forget about the family. You know what I'm saying? This is what God said. If the family that he just created, forget the family he just created. That baby haven't even touched the earth yet. Haven't even took its first breath yet. And he already gone trying to make a baby with somebody else. God said he's going to be seeking judgment upon this man. And it's going to be a situation where can't nobody do nothing. It's going to be a situation where it don't make sense. It's going to be a situation where everybody don't understand why this is happening, why that is happening. Why is this? Why is that? And it don't mean something bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody going to get. But it's just like, this will be somebody dealing with a series of unfortunate events. Is what I hear. And I'm thinking about how at the end of every episode, Count Olaf have to go through whatever he put the orphans through. And typically when he go through it, it don't work out so good for him. And God is saying, this is somebody that put you through some stuff that would take the average person out. They gonna have to go through the same things they put you through. And the outcome ain't gonna be so good for them. But don't you worry. Just like in the vision. You know what I'm saying? The angels is there. They gonna pinch the, you know what I'm saying? Just like they did me. They pinched my arm. She's still good. God said they gonna pinch his arm. He's still good. I pinch her arm. She's still good. Just like they did you. Just like they did you. When you was heartbroken. When you was laid out and you couldn't move, when you couldn't breathe, when your chest was hurting so bad, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even know what to, you couldn't even move, you couldn't even walk, you couldn't do nothing. When you was going through that, when this person did whatever they did to you, God said this person gonna go through some things that are gonna be exactly duplicate to what they did to you. But the thing about it is, the way they gonna handle it may not be the same way you did. And that's just what's real. See, everybody ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't handle things the same. And God is saying for some of y'all, this person may have tried to claim you did things that they did. But in reality, the way that they reacted is not the way that they would react to somebody that did what they claimed that you did. Well, the way they reacted is the way they would react to somebody they know would never do that. But they want to make a scene anyway because they feel guilty for what they did. But God said, don't you worry about any of that because he saw all of that. He heard every conversation. It don't matter who the conversation was held with. He heard people saying that they don't believe this about you, they believe that about you. He heard everybody's heart. And you know what I'm saying? In reality, God just dishes out judgment. And it's like, I can't be somebody that's just gonna stand here and say, well, I guess I can. But I am that's literally what God called me to do. But anyways, I don't want to just stand here and say what someone can do or what someone can't do, okay? I ain't trying to be controlling or nothing like that. I'm just being real as it comes to this message. It's basically a situation of what did you do when you had that option, when that test was in your face, when that person came to you talking about whoever, did you believe them and run with it, and you went talking about them and you talk about what you gonna do to them and you gonna do this, that, and the third, and then it's gonna happen and that's gonna happen? Did you do that? Or was it a situation where you just listened and you ignored it because it wasn't your business? Or was it a situation where you heard it, you disagreed with it, and you stood against it? Like, God judges every decision. You know what I'm saying? When you were in that relationship, were you really faithful? Were you really striving to be faithful? Or were you playing? Now, it's easy, you know what I'm saying, for some people, for men typically, because in our society, as quiet as it's kept, the patriarchy is still alive. And there are a lot of men and women that still believe in it. And they will literally allow a man to get away with cheating. And I'm not trying to argue with nobody in the comment section. I'm going to get back to checking the comments. I can't stand, I've been slipping on that. But in reality, I'm not finna argue with nobody about this. I'm really not, because I've seen it multiple times in my own life where I've seen people. I've noticed when I would catch somebody, and I done got people. And the crazy thing to me is I would notice how not only was the person cheating on me, but they called one of whoever this female's friends to stand guard as if they were supposed to fight me if I had the audacity to walk in on them. Grown people, adults. That's wild to me. Now, you can do whatever you want to do. If you don't want to be faithful, that's your business. If it's a situation where you feel like you just can't be with one person, do your thing. Do that over there. But it shouldn't be a situation where you're trying to force somebody to be in a monogamous, I think that's what it's called, monogamous relationship with you, where they are faithful to you, and you, in your mind, you single and you doing whatever you want to do. But they better sit there and they better be faithful. And if they even look at somebody, or if they even think, or if they even this, or if they even that, if they even wonder about what you're doing, it's a problem. They tripping. They're being over dramatic. They're being overbearing. They're being controlling. They're being crazy. But when it's on them, when it's a situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's it's so easy for somebody, you know what I'm saying, to try to do what they want to do. But when it come down to it, God see everything. And this is a situation where God said it's nobody that's going to be able to stop him from seeking the judgment against those that he want to see judgment upon. And that's just what it is, even if it's you. You literally could be trying to stop God. But some of y'all, God said he literally had to pry this person away from you, because every time he would seek judgment upon them, here you come with your flag and your cape. God says, sit down and stay out of it. Get out his way. Then, it's just kind of like how, sometimes people will get into it and they'll ask if you want to press charges, and they'll be like, no, I'm good. And you know what I'm saying? In some situations, they'll ignore it and just let it go. In some situations, they going to pick that up. Even though you said you wasn't going to press charges, they pick it up anyway. Baby, God said he picked it up anyway. He not trying to hear what you talking about. He not trying to hear your tears. Like, you were crying harder when you were allegedly happy with this person than you are crying now. And that's real. And that's sad. In your heartbroken state, you are more peaceful than you were when you were in your happy relationship. And that's sad. That's literally what God is. And for this very reason, like, this alone is something that God noticed. This is something God peeped. This is something God peeped that some people ain't gonna know. Because if these is people, like, you know what I'm saying? If it's people that's never around you, when you get in a relationship, sometimes, especially when you're a woman, you end up becoming friends with your man friends, because typically the woman is the one that joins into the man's family, and she, you know what I'm saying? So typically the people that you're around, they don't know you like that, no way. It's not a situation where, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is they feel about you or think about you, it matters in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's what it is. God is saying, like, why should you stress yourself about what your ex's friends, your ex's family, your ex's this, your ex's that think about you? Obviously, they gonna think whatever he think or she think. And that's just what it is. Unless they toxic. You know what I'm saying? That was just being... I'm really trying to stop saying that so much, but it's hard. It's a habit. But anywho, and just like that, it's a habit. But it's like, I just feel like this is... What is, like... What is the point of you? What is the point of you stressing about what man thinks? I think that's the thing about this. Like, someone is going to come and try to make you feel like, if you don't do this, and if you don't do that, and if you don't this, and if you don't that, that you are this big bad person. But depending on what's going on, I know right now my ex trying to make me feel bad because of what he got going on. But in reality, he had every opportunity to get all his stuff. I paid, you know what I'm saying? I paid for him an Uber. I don't even have no money right now. Like, right now, I'm broke. 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 Dead broke. Dead broke. Don't know how I'm going to do this, that, and the third. But because I wanted peace so bad, I paid for an Uber. Told him to get all his stuff, pack all his stuff, and you can, you know what I'm saying? The Uber got there. It wasn't even, you know what I'm saying, nice Uber. Big old, big, like, you know what I'm saying, SUV. He could have fit all his stuff in there. What he chose to do was throw my stuff around downstairs, destroy my little mannequins and stuff, knock all my stuff off, mess up my you know, my plants and all my stuff down there, throw the mop up the stairs, go slash my tires, cuss me out, threaten me and my son, start trying to fight me, and just everything else. And at this point, he's trying to make me feel bad as if I did something wrong to him. But in reality, I gave him every opportunity to get everything he owned. I don't want nothing that he have. I halfway don't even want the stuff that I have in that. I haven't been back because I'm truly scared to go back. I don't even know if I'm going to go back and get my stuff. That's how scared I am. And I'm not trying to hear what he's talking about bringing him his stuff, because I truly feel in my heart that he want to hurt me. And can't nobody make me believe different after what he showed me. After he cussed me out for 2 days straight without cause, tried to hurt me without cause, threatened to take my life and my son's life without cause. I do not trust him at all. And as much as I don't want to see anything bad happen to him and I want him to be in good, like, how I'm not finna put myself or my son in harm's way especially when I know in my heart I gave every opportunity. Gave every opportunity for him to apologize, come clean, gave every opportunity for him to get it together, every opportunity for him to stop. And you know what's wild to me is, like, it's wild when men act like it's so hard for them to tell somebody, I'm in a relationship, I can't mess with you no more. Why is that so hard? And then especially when it's the type of person where they won't even come through for you. And I'm just being real. I don't get that. Especially when it's the type of person. Like, that don't make sense to me. Cheating don't make sense to me in general. But the way that some men cheat and they have 80 to 100%, sometimes over 100% at home, and will go out, disrespect, break the heart of, and hurt the feelings of they 80 to 100+% for somebody that ain't even 2%. All they have to offer is open legs. And they will leave their home for that. And then when they realize that it ain't nothing but 2%, and it's typically quite quick, they look into their home and wondering what happened and scratching their head. But when they were required to be faithful and loyal, they act like they was confused. It's too many people that scream about loyalty, but ain't loyal. And I'm just being real. I truly feel in my heart, a man that ain't loyal to his woman, how can he be loyal to anyone else? How are you not loyal to your life partner? How you not loyal to your home? How you gonna claim to be Bonnie and Clyde with somebody and you can't even tell them the truth? You lie to them every day. Every day you lying. Every day you making up excuses. Every day is the problem. You starting fights and disappearing. Like, come on. Anyhow, that's the message. God said he see the things that God see, man don't see. And something that's interesting for me that I try, it's hard for me because I get so irritated when I end up in relationships with somebody cheat, because God always tell me, I can feel it. I can feel the betrayal. Sometimes God will show me visions of the betrayal while it's happening. Sometimes God will show me, like, there have been times where somebody that has betrayed me with somebody, they will be with that person in front of me, and God will show me how the conversations they have mean something else. They giving each, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, and I know, see, but I don't say nothing because it don't make sense. It sound crazy. And typically I think to myself, nah, I'm tripping. But every time I say that, I eventually end up realizing I should have took that as a hint. I should have took my own advice. I should have peeped what God was showing me and went on about my business. And I don't know who that's for, but sometimes you just need to trust your gut feeling about certain situations. And it doesn't always mean, like, sometimes God can send you to somebody and they do have positive intentions for you, but things change. You could introduce them to someone. They could introduce you to someone. There could be someone that felt some kind of way. An ex could pop up out of nowhere. Now this person is here. That person, like, things change. Everybody got free will. All it takes is for somebody to up and out of nowhere decide, you know what, I'm going to move back to such and such. Bam. They done shook a bunch of stuff up. Just by them moving back. It could be something so simple as somebody deciding they going to go to school somewhere. And they done shook up a bunch of stuff just by changing where they going to school. They have changed the whole status quo of everything, the whole social hierarchy. And I just feel in this message, God is saying, there's some times where little small things will change things. And somebody could have been your person. But eventually, something happened to where they decided they weren't your person. It don't mean they weren't your person no more, and they still not. They may very well still be. But in reality, they got to face the karma. And I know some people don't like me saying karma, but that's basically what goes around. What goes around, goes around, what goes around, because that's what it means. But anywho, they got to face that. They got to face God's wrath. They got to face the vengeance of the Lord. Whatever it is that you want to call it, they going to have to face it. They going to have to deal with it. They going to have to, you know what I'm saying? God said they going to have to meet that. Everybody have to meet that maker. They going to have to meet that maker. And this is somebody that's going to have to meet that maker before they time. Because God about to see them. He said, nah, they ain't going to be gone. They going to still be they going to be in the realm of the living, all right. But God said when he get through with them, it's going to be like he took the wind out their mouth. It's going to be a series of unfortunate events starting now. And it's because, like I said, the way they did you, the fact that they would not acknowledge how they did you. For somebody, they went around trying to act like you are the one that did them wrong while they knew it was them. They carried on like this. God said it's like even for somebody, God made it obvious that you are the one that he is shining his light on and not them. And they tried to jeopardize that too. God said his foot about to be so heavy on this person's neck. God finna make friends turn against them. People that they thought loved them will turn against them. People that, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like this is going to be a situation where somebody is just going to start going through it. Mishap after mishap after mishap. And it's because of how they did you. God said he's not playing about you. And that's the message. That's the message. That's the message. And once again, like I said, it don't matter even if you do feel some kind of way. You don't want God to hurt your baby or your ex-baby or your whatever you want to call this, you know what I'm saying, sugar plum or whoever you call this person. God said he is not concerned about you. You best get out of his way. You best get out of his way. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, for some of y'all, he made to where it ain't got so bad that you can't help but to be out his way. And some of y'all, you can't help but to be out his way. You can't help but to be out his way. Because he made it to where you can't help but to be out his way. But you going to get out his way. And he going to deal with this person for how they did you. And that's just what it is. Ain't going to be a situation where they going to send people to punish you for doing nothing. For some of y'all, that's like this person, they want to punish you for finding out they cheated on you. They want you to be punished for finding out that they cheated on you. And wanting, like, this is someone, not only did you find out they cheated on you, but you felt like there were repercussions. There were repercussions that they were, they had to deal with. They didn't like that. They felt some kind of way. And because they felt some kind of way, they felt like not only were they going to carry on cheating on you, but they were going to do you worse. And then on top of that, they were going to cause problems for you. For some of y'all, it's like, for whatever, like they wanted to put their hands on you. For some of y'all, they did. And then they wanted to take it, they wanted to take a step further and get people they were messing with to put their hands on you. For some of y'all, they tried to orchestrate fights. God said for some of y'all, they tried to orchestrate fights between you and people they were messing around with. They would deliberately bring these people around you on purpose to try to orchestrate fights between y'all. But it's like, I just feel like if you the kind of person where you weren't scared of these people, they would try to like stop it. I don't know why I feel like they didn't want it to seem like you was like who you are. Like this somebody, like if you the kind of person where you're not scared to fight, you're not scared of nobody or nothing like that, they were trying to make it seem like you were. So they would try to, you know what I'm saying, change the narrative. But I feel like this somebody that they was really trying to get you knocked off. I hear that, knocked off. They wanted you knocked off. I don't know why. And that's wild because it's kind of like this whole it's weird. It's like this is somebody that was dogging you out and doing you dirty. And it's like they don't want nobody to know they was dogging you out and doing you dirty. They don't want nobody to know they was cheating on you. They don't want nobody to know that you were taking care of them. They don't want nobody to know that you were handling everything by yourself. This may very well been somebody going around telling people that you were asking them for money and you were trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? And it could be a situation where you were asking them for help. If y'all was staying together, that makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you not ask them for help if you need it? Like, you know, I know me personally, if I'm staying with someone, I'm going to ask them for help before I, you know what I'm saying, say anything to anybody else. Why in the world would I come to somebody else before I come to the person that I'm living with? But it could be a situation where you ask this person for help and they tell you they ain't have nothing. Meanwhile, they go behind your back and give money to a mistress, give money to somebody or mister, whatever they got. You know what I'm saying? They give money to other people. They helping other people. They doing for other people while you struggling. And they watching you struggling. They mocking you while you struggling, making fun of you while you struggling, and then turning around and telling people that you are taking money from them and making things hard on them. God said this person was making it seem like you were the problem when it was them the whole time. But God said a series of unfortunate events. He is going to make it very obvious who the problem really is. He is going to make it very obvious who the problem really is. He is going to make it very obvious who the problem really is. And for whoever this is for, God said you do not need to worry about anything. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.